Hi, I'm Essence Atkins.
And I'm Bresha Webb.
And we're from the TV show Marlon on NBC. And you're watching Upfront
with Ray Cornelius.
Take one.
Cut.
No, Mark.
Mark.
Well, good morning, Essence and Bresha Webb.
Hi.
Welcome to Upfront.
Thank you. Thanks, Ray.
So I couldn't sleep last night. I knew you ladies were coming. I was so excited because I've been trying to get you. I tried to get you when you were filming.
Love That Girl on TV.
Well, no. When you were
she
here
was
a couple
here
of
doing
months
Meet
ago.
the Blacks.
Meet the
and,
Blacks.
Oh my
And
gosh!
Night School.
Yes,
That's
and Night
right.
School.
Can
Can I just plug your
You did.
up and coming movie?
You
So
did.
Bresha's in Night School with
Yeah.
Will Packer Productions with
She
Tiffany
working.
Haddish
I love
and
her.
Kevin Hart, and she's also Meet the Blacks too. They're both coming to a screen near you
She
soon.
working.
Yes, and Essence just did an indie film, and I'm blanking on the title. But you play
Same
twins.
difference.
Same difference.
Yeah.
It'll be
With
out next year.
Demetrius Shipp.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I actually talked about that. Actually, all of those projects I had talked about on my website. I'm going to give it a plug, raycornelius.com.
How you doing?
But I talked about those. So you ladies have been just busy working. You were
Thank
also in
God.
acrimony.
Yes.
We went
yes.
to me and Xaviera from Ice Cream Conversations. We went to the premiere.
She was there yesterday.
Right. We went to. Well, I was her plus one for the New York premiere of Acrimony.
Okay.
Didn't know, and when we saw you on the screen, it was.
I know. Everybody was like, "You didn't tell me." I was like, "I put it on Instagram."
Oh my gosh! Really?
I put it up there.
Oh Lord!
Wow. So I have to say, first of all, I was with you. I had the pleasure of coming out to Los Angeles back in March, I believe.
Yeah, for our
and
live
you all were
taping.
such a gracious host for us that came out there.
Thank you for
we
coming.
were on the set of Marlon.
Yes.
Had a blast. You guys have so much fun.
Yeah. It feels almost like we should give them money back.
Yeah.
Because we just are having too good of
It's
a
like
time.
recess all the time.
It's not work. It's not work at all.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
Marlon makes it so much fun. We're laughing
all day long.
all day long.
So if you're just now tuning in, I'm talking to the actresses from Marlon, Essence Atkins and Bresha Webb. You guys are now back for season 2.
Yes.
This is taking place on June 14th, 9 p.m. And you guys are going to have back-to-back
Back-to-back
episodes.
9 and
right?
episodes,
9:30.
9 and 9:30, just like the first season, which you guys were so grateful. Y'all made us the number one scripted comedy last summer, so thank you. And now we're about to do it again, and then some.
Yes, and we have the first season on Netflix premiering on June 14th as well.
Okay.
So if you missed it,
You
catch
can
up on
Yeah.
Netflix.
So I'm going to start with you, Essence. What can fans expect this? Because I was able to see a snippet of what is to come, but what can
Which
our fans?
episode were you there
That
for?
was the oh my God! It was the episode. Oh God, I'm trying to remember. It was when you guys were having the dispute in the kitchen.
Every episode?
Yeah.
And the young lady from Greenleaf, she plays.
Oh yes!
yeah,
Okay,
she's
so
the-
it was Wingman.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
it was Wingman.
That was
That's
a
one
fun
of my. That's a
one.
fun one.
Yeah.
You know, we get to see kind of more of Ashley's neurosis. I mean, Marlon is still inappropriate.
Yes.
He's still, irresponsible and at the same time irresistible. Except to Ashley.
Yeah.
She's staying strong, girl. It's despite the drought, are imitating life. Anyway, back to what. No, I mean the thing is that you're gonna get to see these characters now that we've established what the backdrop is for this show. Which, if you haven't seen, Marlon is a family post-divorce. So you have two people who are committed to co-parenting in love, even though they are no longer a couple.
Right.
And then it's how their friends support them, their village, their community, and sometimes undermine what it is they're trying to do, and how they all kind of undermine and support each other in their own separate journeys, but come together again to love and love on these kids. But this season 2, you're going to see them in situations that mirror real life. Again, one of my favorite episodes that we did this year had to do with kind of Marlon coming in after the H&M debacle.
Okay.
And saying, I want to talk about this, but I want to talk about it through these characters, and I want to explore it in a funny way. And we did just that. So you get to see how Yvette reacts and how Ashley and Marlon and Stevie, when it's Zach who's wearing the sweatshirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, we had one person in the audience stand up and go, I know that's right. Our content, we are Black in this industry, and we have a show that is a Black show,
Yeah.
and we're woke. We're talking about real issues. We're not veering away from it. We know what's going on in our climate, and I'm really excited and happy to be a part of a show that doesn't run away from our issues. We attack it head on, and we like to laugh about it. We like to make people giggle.
Yeah, at the same time, because, again, this is a multicam and it has a throwback feel of the comedies that we grew up on. There is Marlon's whole thing is that he wants to discuss it, but he also wants it to be funny.
Yes.
He wants to poke fun of things and look at things and enlighten things and shine a light on things, but he also wants to talk about what makes it so comedic at the same time.
And I think what's so important about one aspect that I think just everyone would agree with me is the chemistry that you guys have. Everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were there on set, it was like being a part of a family. Even as the audience member, we were just there having a great time. We were seeing the process take place, but it wasn't like, well, what's going on? Or, and then you guys are just so great together. That on-screen chemistry
It's
is
real.
just,
it is real.
and for everyone.
Yeah. Well, a big part of that is Marlon himself. As crazy as he is at the same time. Yeah, Lord. We know. But at the same time, it's like he walks around in love, and he walks around in respect of others and an appreciation and gratitude for what everyone does. Absolutely. So, he appreciates the audience for what the benefit of knowing whether or not a joke works, and the stories that we get to tell in the way that we understand that we are not anything unless you guys watch, unless you guys continue to support us. We go away. So we understand the value of the audience, and we understand that, everyone there is a machine and it works together. And somebody goes down or one cog isn't working, and that messes up the whole system. Yeah. So he really walks around in great appreciation for what everybody brings to the table. And there have been times literally where like a grip or one of our sound guys or one of our even catering will have a suggestion. They'll say it kind of under their breath of what they think would be a funny response in the moment. And if he hears it and he likes it, he'll use it.
Yes.
Well, we saw that when you guys were shooting Wingman. I think that the scene where it was Yvette and Ashley and Marlon were in the kitchen, and he said it one way, but then he messed up, and then he came back, he said it another way, and it worked. Our reaction as the audience was like, "Oh my God, it was hilarious!" And so he kept saying that instead of what was originally.
Yeah, he's editing and improving right on the spot. We have writers that are constantly working. We're constantly working with each other, working with the words on the page, and that's what's so awesome about doing comedy and doing a sitcom, because we can edit right on the spot. And when you have a live studio audience, you can tell it's instant gratification if it works or if it doesn't. And so that's the awesome thing about Marlon also, because he does improv quite a bit. You can see him working and editing and coming up with a joke in mid-scene, and you're like, okay. And he always got something from me. So I always
I was
going to
say, trying to see you keep a straight face, because
that's hard. I break.
Because I was looking at your faces, especially you, because you guys have that
our banter is real.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, she looks like she wants. You just kind of turn your head and look away.
I'm
like,
awful.
She wants to laugh. But I got to ask you next. When are we going to see you and Stevie get together? Because I heard a little birdie told me that you guys are going to get together this season. Is that true?
I don't know. Maybe you know something that I don't. Stevie and Yvette's chemistry and our dysfunction works for each other and works for the comedic element of the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know when they're going to actually put us together, but I'm actually curious, because I'm like, me playing Yvette and me kind of living through Yvette, I'm like, if she settles with Stevie, oh my gosh, what does that say about the world that we live in?
Yeah.
But, I'm excited to see if it happens. There's some tiptoeing around it, but I think third season for sure. Something is going to happen.
And I have to say, I love your relationship. You guys are not only friends on the show, but if I follow you guys. I
Yeah.
see you guys on Instagram. You guys are everywhere.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
we
this
actually
friendship,
hang out.
yeah, this
Literally,
friendship is real.
We got into an argument like one of the last weeks at work. We were all in a scene and we started arguing about how we don't spend enough time together. And at one point I looked and the crew was just looking at us and I was like, yeah, we're actually arguing about how we're not hanging out enough together after work.
Yeah. It's like, well, Essence, you've always got to go and be a mom.
And I'm like, Marlon, stop scheduling stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays. You know I have Varl every Wednesday, Thursday, no matter what.
Yeah.
Schedule it on Monday, okay? But it was like we were fighting about how we wanted to hang out more. Yeah. We love each other. We appreciate each other. We respect each other. And I think that translates for the audience. You know, you're not always aware, cognizant of what it is you're flocking to, what it is you're watching. There's so many options. There's so many platforms. But I think what made the phenomenon of Marlon, and I'm going to say phenomenon because we debuted, we broke records. We had, some of the highest ratings for a show launched. A scripted show launched in the summer in quite a number of years for all 4 networks. Okay. But then even more miraculously, our numbers grew. Yeah. So where we started is not where we finished because people kept telling people about the show and our audience grew, which is like practically unheard of these days. So we're so grateful, when that happened. And it happened because I think what people are responding to is the undercurrent of real love, real friendship, real authenticity, which is what the show is about. Yes, it's a couple post-divorce. Yes, it's 2 people, you want to say kind of granoling their way through divorce. But at the same time, it is possible. I was literally just in Chicago with my godson who graduated on Thursday. That'll be 2 weeks before. But anyway, so he graduated from high school, 4.3 GPA.
Wow.
He was the salutatorian in his class, just great. But he's the product of divorce. And he's also the product of his parents working together in spite of that to make sure that everything he needed and wanted was there for him. This is a working class family. They don't have like ample, overflowing means in terms of finances, but they work together beautifully. And literally, I'm sitting at the table the night before his graduation with his mother, his 2 brothers, his 2 twin brothers through his mom and dad's union, then his little brother through his mom, his little sister through his dad, the fiance, me as the godmother and my son. And it is just nothing but love. And we're all in the same house. They actually stay in the same house when they come to town. I mean, it's just beautiful. And the product of that is my godson's success, Cameron's success and flourishment, even though he didn't live in the same city for more than 2 years. So he dealt with a lot of adjustments, but those adjustments he made successfully because of the community of love around him. And if you prioritize your kids and you prioritize them being the goal and their flourishing being the goal, then you can do anything. Yeah. You can do anything.
And that's so good. It's so good for our community.
Yeah.
It's so good for our community to see that. And all of this mess and so much things that are going on reality television and everything like that. It's great to just see a family working on being their best at what they are.
And this is like the best time for Black television, period. I mean, there's so many amazing shows, dramas, comedies.
Yes.
I mean, you can turn to any network and you can see us. You can see African American faces in so many different roles. So,
but that's because we're showing up. I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you don't show up, then they don't know, and that was the incredible thing about the success of Black Panther was the fact that now we can debunk, the lie or the misnomer that we don't translate overseas. Oh yes, we do.
Oh yes, we do.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we do.
And they love us.
Yeah.
Yes. Just give us the opportunity, and we will knock it out of the park. And that's what we have as people of color, as Black women, that is, and Black men as well. What we've shown is that give us the opportunity, and we can knock it out of the park. What we were lacking was the table, was a seat at the table. But you give it to us, and we gonna make something great
because we're very entertaining.
Yeah,
very.
Yeah, I always say that African Americans are the creative arm of God, where that was He endowed us with the arts. I mean, we take a song and just we don't sing it. Just we have to.
We take everything.
Yeah,
We
fashion.
We swag it up.
Yes,
You can't duplicate
we
this.
We took
Yeah.
what others threw away and made something great out of it, and that's been our cultural legacy throughout history, particularly in the United States. So it's like, you go ahead and give us the scraps, and
We're
watch us
we're
make
the soul
magic.
food of America.
Yes.
Exactly.
The
collard
So-
greens,
Yeah, that's
right.
what we are. We
the
take
cornbread.
the cornbread, we the
Collard greens.
scraps.
Y'all making me hungry.
Okay,
I
I am hungry, Atlanta.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for stopping by up front.
thank
Again, it's been a pleasure
you.
having both of you here. And again, Marlon will be airing season 2 on Thursday, June 14th at 9 p.m. So we'll be checking in.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we already say thank you for watching.
Yeah, we are so grateful.
Yes.
For you guys showing up and showing out and telling friends and so on and so forth.
Yes. Enjoy it with the family.
All right.
You are now watching CAU TV.